strategic pillars of Lagos: economic development, infrastructure development, social development and security, and finally, sustainable environment, makes the city of Lagos a city that offers a guaranteed future and hope for all Nigerians. Let's talk and think Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show right after this timeout. The bold agenda and efforts of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration to transform Lagos into a 21st century city is evident in the recent strategic partnerships and collaborations to accelerate technological advancement, socio-economic and political integration, as well as greater citizen participation through the various purposeful policy initiatives, as well as programs and projects. So let's fill you in how this has played out in recent official engagements of Mr. Governor from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Thanks for tuning in. And straight to the stories now. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was the chief host at the year 2026 International Women's Day celebration, organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, with the theme Rights, Justice, Action for All Women and Girls. Was not only a grand fun fair, but a memorable carnival-like event to truly exhibit the power, relevance and potential greatness of women both locally and internationally. For Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his wife, First Lady Dr. Claudiana Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, and the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Cecilia Dada, the theme for the 2026 International Women's Day speaks to the policy focus of the government to promote gender inclusion, female participation in leadership and governance.
With a global call for International Women's Day 2026, which is themed Rights, Justice, Action for All, Women and Girls. This theme, we believe, is deliberate. It demands responsibility. The theme challenges government to move beyond rhetorics. We need to move to doing, and we need to deliver measurable outcomes. Lagos State's women's rights are not just aspirational statements. They are consultating obligations. And you can see all of that being displayed here this afternoon. Justice is not selective. It must be accessible and it must be survival-centered. Action is not occasional. It must be continuous and it must be institutionalized. That is why gender inclusion and protection remain embedded in our developmental blueprint agenda. Under the Teams Plus agenda, we have said it repeatedly that gender inclusion is not just lip service. It's something we breathe, it's something we dream, it's something we do every day. When they say that we're he for she, we continue to demonstrate it in everything that we do. And so sustainable growth cannot occur where half population is denied opportunity, where they're denied safety, or they're denied a voice. The right must be protected by law and must be reinforced by the system and by the institutions that we build. Lagos State continues to strengthen its legal and institutional framework to combat gender-based violence, to combat child abuse, to combat exploitation and discrimination. Our position is clear as a government. There is zero tolerance for injustice against women or against child or against anybody for that matter. But today, there is zero tolerance against women and girls. Justice must be timely. Justice must be fair. Justice must protect the vulnerable and hold offenders accountable. We will continue investing in survival support system, in legal enforcement mechanism, and social protection structures that ensure dignity that is restored and that will be preserved. However, right and justice must be backed by deliberate action. Through the Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, this administration, your administration, has translated policy into structured intervention. We're expanding skills acquisitions and entrepreneurial programs to enhance economic independence of our women. We're strengthening social protection initiatives to support vulnerable families. We're ensuring that we're promoting female participation in leadership and governance.
The theme for the International Women's Day, this occasion compels us to reflect deeply on the realities that many women and girls still face and to renew our collective commitment to building a more just, equitable, and inclusive society. Again, the theme, rights, justice, action for all women and girls, alongside the campaign, #GiveToGain, reminds us that progress must go beyond aspiration. It must go beyond just talking. If I remember my alma mater of my school, it says, action, not words. Action, not words. Enough of talking. It's now time to act. It's now time for us to take our rightful position as women. That despite all the challenges that you will be facing, we shouldn't use that to deprive ourselves of the rightful positions that we are meant to be. It must translate into deliberate policies, meaningful opportunities, and concrete actions that protect and empower every woman and girl. Simply put, rights must be protected. Rights must be protected. Justice must be accessible. Justice must be accessible. And action must be intentional.
International Women's Day 2026 calls us to focus on three powerful imperatives: rights, justice, action for all women and girls. These are not abstract ideals. They are measurable commitments. They define how seriously a government takes inclusion, equity, and sustainable development. Under the purposeful and people-centered leadership of the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, the state has consistently placed women, girls, children, and vulnerable populations at the center of governance. This administration recognizes that no society can rise above the condition of its women. At the Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, our mandate is clear. It is to protect, empower, and create structured pathways out of poverty for women and vulnerable persons through deliberate, institutional, and sustainable intervention. Women's rights are fundamental human rights. They are not negotiable. They are not optional. Every woman and girl in Lagos State deserves to live free from violence, discrimination, exploitation, and fear.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, aptly described the recent official launch of the Lagos State Education Access Fund as a strategic expansion of access to free quality education, as well as a proactive initiative to strengthen outcomes for children across Lagos State. Mr. Governor will re-emphasize the result-oriented value of partnership funding in the education sector, submitted that the launch of the fund speaks to the focal point around the third pillar of his Themes Plus agenda.
Today's event marks an important milestone in our ongoing effort to expand the access to free quality education while strengthening learning outcomes for children across our state. It also demonstrates what becomes possible when governments, communities, and development partners like yourselves work together with a shared purpose. Our administration has remained deliberate and remained consistent in implementing policies and programs that ensure that every child in Lagos State has access to inclusive, equitable, and quality basic education. And so our vision is very simple, but it's also very powerful. Every child must have the opportunity not only to attend the school, but to learn and to reach its full potential. In advancing this vision, therefore, the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board has continued to play a critical role through commitment and dedication of the leadership and staff. The state has implemented targeted interventions aimed at increasing schools' enrollment, at supporting our teachers, improving classrooms environments, and ensuring that timely replacement of existing teachers that certainly would not disrupt learning. Lagos State has successfully identified, tracked, and enrolled more than 36,000 children back into formal educational system. And so these children who might otherwise have remained on the margin and on the pains of society, but who today have renewed pathway to opportunity through education. We do not over labor, over flesh, overburden what we saw earlier today. But beyond the classroom, we have also encouraged that supporting families and communities is essential to sustaining the educational process. And so to this end, over 360 parents and guardians have received training in skills such as fashion designing, soap making, catering, hairdressing. And so we're enabling them to strengthen their livelihood and their ability to economic independence for their children. We're supporting, all of the initiatives so that they can in turn support the educational journey of their children.
Earlier, the Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Jamiu Tolani Ali Balogun, spoke on the short and long-term positive impact the partnership and the launch will have on the growth of education in Lagos State.
In the state of aquatic splendor, we recognize that strategic partnership as a consequence of Sustainable Development Goal 17 in alignment with the top pillar of TEAM's agenda of Mr. Governor, in which education and technology will accelerate the mission of ensuring that every child potential is realized through access to basic education. Hence our commitment to creating an enabling platform for collaboration with development partners, donors agencies, and other critical stakeholders who share our visions of transforming education in Lagos State to meet global standards. The introduction of the Learning and Education Access Fund in partnership with the Education Outcome Fund, this program provides an opportunity to deepen our collective efforts in addressing challenges of out of children while also strengthening foundational learning outcome in our various schools in Lagos State.
The Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu Lagos State-led government has once again demonstrated his administration's resolve to motivate, encourage, and inspire civil servants in the state in order to drive hard work, loyalty, commitment, and dedication to work. This played out at the recent handover of brand new Jeep cars to some civil servants on Director Cadre in the Lagos State Civil Service. The governor, in his brief remark, admonished the recipients to see the gesture as an appreciation for their exemplary performance in delivering quality service to Lagosians.
It's important for us to make the point that this government, we're not just about ensuring that the environment you work encourages you. We're not just about ensuring that you can get to the highest level of your professional career. What you need to also be able to display that level amongst your peers, in your home, within your family, within your any sphere of endeavor you actually can show it. And we believe that vehicular support is important. We might not be able to reach everybody at once, but I think the intentions and the idea behind it is well known. That this is not the first time I'm doing it. And for me, it's all around encouraging others to put in their very best. Just this morning again, I approved, there is always like a request for housing loan or something. I think they will probably just release the money today, There's a 4-story building that used to be the canteen that we're doing. So you can imagine from a bungalow, we're taking it to 4 floors, and all in tandem with, the request of the head of service, but just to continue to make the physical space and the environment in which you work, because you are spending a significant part of your time here. And I certainly want to appreciate it. I want to say that, we might not say thank you enough. We'll expect so much from you still, but we just want to use this as a token of demonstration. When you get 17 lakes, everybody will not be palm sec. But even at that level, you need to be comfortable, you need to be happy. You need to wake up knowing fully well that the government have your back and they will continue to support you.
The recent commissioning of the Irele Towers by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu signifies a great milestone that will broaden the socio-economic transformation of Lagos State. The governor, who made this assertion at the event, pointed out that the project did not only signify the strategic power of public-private partnership, it equally highlighted the significant economic value, potentials, opportunities, and benefits of the towers.
Irele Towers is a remarkable private sector development that strengthens the Lagos State vision for a globally competitive industrial and commercial hub. Developed within the Lagos Free Zone, this tower complements the Lagos Deep Sea Port and broader industrial corridor. It provides modern commercial spaces for businesses, logistics, and the maritime, finance, export facilitation sectors. While this is a privately funded and executed project, it demonstrates the power of a public-private collaboration. Lagos State provides, which we always do, the enabling environment, and investors bring the vision. Investors bring capital and expertise to drive our social economic impact. Businesses operating within these zones enjoy direct access to global shipping routes, to frictionless port-to-zone cargo movements, and to proximity of the largest sub-Saharan market, which is Nigeria's largest consumer and industrial park. It takes advantage to turn potential into real economic impact. However, a port without the needed supporting infrastructure, in my view, I believe is incomplete. So financial institutions, logistics operators, marital service providers, legal and other advisory firms are all essential at transforming port activity into a sustained economic growth by clustering offices, retail, and shared workspace. It provides an immediate proximity to ports and industrial infrastructure. And so, Irele Towers creates a self-sustaining economic hub. It exemplifies economic clustering at its finest. And so I want to congratulate and commend the investors, Tolerant Group, our various development partners behind the Irele Towers, from, like I said, Tolerant, its collaborators, FCMB, IFC, the Bank of Industry. Your vision, your resilience and confidence in Lagos has brought this project to life. By investing in Lagos Free Zone, you are not just constructing a landmark building, you are creating opportunity for entrepreneurship, you are creating opportunity for innovation and industrial expansion. Your efforts contribute directly to the social economic transformation of our state. This development also highlights the tangible benefits of the blue economy, with our waterways and ports serving as gateway for trade and logistics investments. So investments like the Irele Towers enables businesses to capitalize on the ocean and the marine resources
that underpins a sustainable growth.
The recent court's visit of the Comptroller of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Lagos Command, CO Onojiri, and his team to Governor Sanwo-Olu was not only to thank the governor for his sustained generosity and support to the paramilitary organization, but also to make a list of demands to ease operations of the agency in the Lagos Command. Mr. Governor, in his response, equally pledged to address the key areas of concern and requests.
I bring greetings from the Comptroller General of Nigerian Immigration Service, Kevin Nada, who strictly instructed me to convey a sincere and profound gratitude for your assistance to Nigerian Immigration Service. She asked me to thank you especially for looking after Lagos State Command, particularly Alausa Passport Office, which has been the baby of Lagos State Government. Sir, your generosity, your commitment towards Nigerian Immigration Service will be highly reciprocated. Like Oliver Twist, we need your support more than ever before. With what is going on in the Sahel, in the northern region, Lagos State is destination of many irregular and undocumented migrants. We have been doing a lot to make sure that we mop up all these people from the states. There is a need for us to carry out routine mop-up operation, but we are handicapped, particularly in the area of logistics. On the note of this, sir, I will gladly beckon on you, sir, for provision of buses, because we need it. Occasionally, more than 50, 100, with the intelligence report I got from Ibejuleki today now, we have close to 3,000 people. We need to really mop up there. But all these our heroes cannot do the job, sir. Please, kindly assist us in that area. Secondly, sir, this is an instruction from my Comptroller General. Nigerian Immigration Service as the lead agency when it comes to migration and border management. You will see that Lagos State is so blessed with having both land, air, and sea. But we have been excluded from the Security Council, sir. And it's better you have the first-hand information from us than going through another agencies. Sir, I'm highly imploring you, sir, to use your exalted office to make provisions for us to be part of the Security Council, so that we can provide robust data and robust information that will assist the Lagos State.
Regarding the support of operational needs, we will look at it. I would also ask and plead that you would also write to Lagos State Security Trust Fund. I will let the Executive Secretary be aware that you have also a special need and request. They tend to be a lot faster than us sometimes in terms of meeting all those needs. And their brief is very simple. It's really to support all security operatives and agencies that are security related. So if it fits into what we should be doing, I can assure you that they have the resources to do it. But be that as it may, I will also let the Office of Chief of Staff be aware of this and see what can be done. The Permanent Secretary is also here. The second request is clearly not the first time that we're bringing out the request. And one of the things we said, we don't want to do an haphazard, adoption into the Security Council. All of the federal government agencies are all situated in Lagos that are security in one form or the other, right? And everybody has made a very compelling reason, why they should be there, and rightly so, because the extent
of how big the city is and how tough, the terrain that we all work in, and why we need to keep that terrain safe and secure. We're actually reviewing the entire security architecture of even the council itself. And I'm sure that we'll be coming. So I don't want to make it a knee jerk. We want to be clear. We want to be very objective, and that there's also conversation around, maybe the approval of the constitutional amendment to state police. So all of that are the entire security architecture that we're looking at, and we're considering how do we ensure and enhance what we currently have. For your request and the request of the Controller General is noted, is taken up. The ministry and the PAMSECs in charge of it have taken note of it. I'm just one member too. Yes, I'm the governor, and there's no doubt about that, but it's a collective responsibility. So we will look at it and we'll in no time and be able to come up with a better action plan.
The just held APC Southwest Zonal Congress was described by Governor Sanwo-Olu as peaceful, well-organized election to select the Southwest Zonal Chairman and other key strategic positions, as well as aspirants for future elections. The Congress saw in attendance party faithfuls, party chieftains, and political aspirants for various positions ahead of the 2027 elections in the Southwest region.
Tí gbogbo wa ní kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́, ó dọwọ́ yín torí kò sẹ́gbẹ́ mìíràn tí a lè lọ. Àjò lè dàbí ilé, ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan gbé kémi gbé.
You have seen that this is the Southwestern region of the All Progressive Congress, the best, the most formidable, the most forward-looking region in the country. We say this with our full chest. We say this because we have demonstrated it here this afternoon. And so, on behalf of our number one delegates, who were representing in absentia the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is our 001 delegate of Southwest, we have shown that indeed he has taught us, he has led us, and we have listened and we have learned from the very best. And so today, this afternoon, we have seen the conduct of a free and fair election. We have used the provisions of the 2026 new Electoral Act put into full action here in Lagos. We have seen the demonstration of what can work in our country. We have seen that APC is a party that stands to follow the rules of engagement, to follow the rules that have been laid by our Constitution and by the Electoral Act. And of course, also follow the rules of our own party, the Constitution of our party. And so it is with great pleasure, on behalf of my brother governors and all of us that have come out here this afternoon, I want to congratulate our brand new Taraba, brand new zonal chairman of our party, who we believe will lead the zone with him and all his officials, Dr. Isaac Kekemeke, who have just been now re-elected as our zonal chairman, Southwest Zone of our country. We thank God for him. We thank God for all his officials. We thank God that everything has gone well here today, peacefully and in accordance of the provision of the law.
The vibrancy of Mr. Governor's office week in, week out is as a result of diverse issues that concerns critical state matters. And our business is to reel out a comprehensive package from these happenings from the governor's office as they unfold. Join us for another subsequent broadcast for from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. Thanks for watching.
Good day, Lagosians. My name is Mr. Abayomi Oluyomi. I am the Honorable Commissioner for Finance in Lagos State. I stand here today to give you the assurance that we will manage judiciously your taxes, your revenues that you have been paying. We will manage it transparently and professionally so as to earn your trust, to give you the assurance that the dividends of democracy that you so much desire, it will be provided for you in transportation, in health, in waterways, in education. We also want you to partner with us in this journey by paying your taxes regularly, by obeying the laws of the land. And of course, for our international partners, World Bank, African Development Bank, Melinda Gates Foundation, different multilateral agencies, Lagos State is a place to be. Lagos State is open for business. We continue to provide the necessary security to attract investors for the state to develop. Working with Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, that Lagos, your Lagos, will continue to develop. At the end of the day, our children that are unborn, they will come to know that Lagos is working. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni o.
Lagos is an evolving city set for greatness. Let's keep hope alive until we come your way again next week. Thanks for watching.